So yeah, I couldn't sleep, so I wanted to do this might as well. So I wanted to be able to open your eyes a little bit. I think that whether you're in the law of attraction community or into the law of attraction or doing all these, it's still interesting how people keep saying occult is evil or dark, or yet they never understood it because um people in this world, they believe that whatever it's dark or it's whatever people say it's bad, you should not touch it. But why though? Why should you not touch it? Right? It's like telling you that you shouldn't read a book because once you read a book, it's this book. This book contains everything that you should know, and it could help you, right? But people tell you you shouldn't read this book. It's a bad book. Why? Because it contains something powerful. Now, a lot of people have this misconception about occult, right? And first, let me read a couple pages, and this will all make sense. With this is the Kabbalion, and I'm going to tell you how to use the seven Hermetic principle. But it's going to be explained about how to actually apply it in your life. I get because too many people come into this and never do anything with this information. Um, I think it's all about applying what you know in life. It's not a what you. Uh, it's not. It's not about knowing, right? It is about applying the essential tools. The knowledge, the books are the tools, and it is up to you to use it or not. I cannot. Most people come into this, they want other people to help them to use it, but they themselves are the access, the key within themselves to be able to transform themselves, their mind, and the way they think, right? It's them, right? I cannot change that for you. I already have changed. So you must start the journey off that path. So I'm going to read you this, and because basically the reason why I said this is because too many people have this misconception about occult. Occult isn't bad. From the old Egypt have come to the fundamental esoteric and occult teachings which solely strongly influenced the philosophy of all race, nations, and people for several thousand years. Egypt, the home of pyramids and Sphinx, was the birthplace of the hidden wisdom and mystic teaching from her secret doctrines. All nation, all borrowed. India, Persia, Claudia, Media, I'm probably like butchering this name. China, Japan, Israel, ancient Greece, and Rome, and other ancient countries partake literally at the feast of knowledge, which the territorial plants and master of the lands of Isis so freely provided for those who came prepared to partake of the great store of mystics and occult lore which the masterminds of the ancient land had gathered teaching. Now, the Hermetic teachings, the Hermetic philosophy is occult, right? But what is truly occult? Everything in life, society, it's society never teaches you what is truly occult, right? Watch this. So the dictionary, .com give you a couple of example of, couple of things. Cult is of or relating to magic, astrology, or any system claiming to use or knowledge of secret or supernatural powers or anciencies. Two, beyond the range of original knowledge or understanding mysteries. So you could say that knowledge or understanding of mystery, that could be science. Science could be a code. This one, the three and four, secret. Three is secret, disclose, or communicate only to initiate, or four, hidden from view. It's hidden. So that's what I explain to other people that don't understand that all of the things like for instance, we were never taught about people or how people behave or how our brain works, or hidden from view, right? Because it's a cult. It's people don't have the knowledge to understand themselves. The Kabbalion is about the Hermetic teachings, right? Now, the secret is based off the Hermetic teachings. I know that Bob Proctor know the Hermetic teaching because of there's also Sir Isaac Newton who know the Hermetic teachings, and so does Leonardo da Vinci, and maybe Carl Jung too, but I don't know about that. But here's the thing: if it's truly a code and that is hidden, then it is not, because people take like the word occult and make it into evil. It depends how you see it, right? Now, I wanted you read you this. Oh no. Over the century after the publication of The Power of the Positive Thinking, Ron Byrne released The Secret in 2006, a low-budget film that was quickly followed by a book that wrote atop of word-of-mouth and talk show appearance to quickly create massive cultural phenomena. The books and DVDs sold millions of copies within months. The Secret was simple and offered little that was new to everyone who was aware of the positive thinking lineage that stretched back from pill to hill through new thought. If you focus your thoughts on what you want in life, it will all draw to you through the laws of the universe. There was also little that was new in the secret. To those, I'm trying to. There was also little that was new in the secret. To those familiar with combined vibration, frequency, mental alchemy, and the law of attraction, the secret placed Hermes Trismegistus alongside Henry Ford and Martin Luther King as one of the figures behind the secret. On its official websites and hyperbolically referred to the mythic Emerald, one of the most important historical documents known as mankind. So as I reread this, we contain the Hermetic teachings, right? Um, we contain the universal laws within us, and as we are in harmony, because it talk about the law of mentalism, and they have the law of mentalism, the law of polarity, the law of cause and effect, the law of vibration, the law of um, the correspondence, the law of gender, and all these laws. I think I'm missing all of it. All these laws are mental, right? The law of mentalism is based on your mental image, your perception, your psychology. So your whole life is mental, meaning that the story that you play, you create it out in your life experience, right? And what it's fascinating is this: that the law of mentalism is our. I reread. I was like, our whole life is based upon the images or the opinions, because the opinions or knowledge is mental. It's an idea, but it reaches into our mind. Therefore, because we are the mental realm, we cause things to happen through us, right? We have the power to change. So these ideas or images are, we form it into our head and we cause things to happen through our life. So everything around us that we have created are through our mental thoughts that we use. Our mind is so powerful that it can impact a person vibration, right? Whew, I know I'm getting tired, man. But among these great masters of ancient Egypt, these one of the who master held the master of master. This man indeed he was, dealt in Egypt in the earliest days. He was known as Hermes Trismegistus. He was the father of occult wisdom, the father of astrology, discoverer of alchemy. Even to this day, we use the term Hermetic in a sense of secret, sealed to that nothing can escape, and by reason of the fact that follower of Hermes always observe the principle of secrecy in their teachings. Yeah, man, there's secret everywhere. Oh my God, what the heck is going on? Oh no! And yet, in the Hermetic philosophy, is the only master key which opened all doors of the occult teachings. Yeah, see, occult teaching, like people get tripped up. It was merely collections of maxim, axiom, and precepts, which was none understandable to outside, but which were readily understood by student after axiom, maximum, and precept has been explained and explained by the Hermetic initiate to the Neophytes. These teachings really to the basic principle of the art of Hermetic alchemy, which, contrary to the general belief, dealt in the mastery of mental forces rather than material elements, the transmutation of one kind of mental vibration to another's. Instead of the changing one kind of metal into another, the legend of the philosopher's stone, which were turning to base metal into gold, was an allegory relating to the Hermetic philosophy, relating to understand all student of true Hermeticism. Okay, so here we go. As we started the stated that, let me see. Mental transmutation, mind, as well as metal and element, may be transmuted from state to state, degree to degree, condition to condition, pole to pole, vibration to vibration. True Hermetic transmutation is mental art. As we stated, the Hermetic or the Hermetists were the original alchemists, astronomers, and psychologists. Hermes have been the founder of this school of thought. From astrology has grown modern astronomy. From alchemy has grown in modern chemistry. From the mystic psychology has grown the modern psychology of the school. Here we go. Transmutation is term using employed to designate the ancient art of the transmutation of metals, the particularly of the base metals and gold. The word transmute means to change from one nature, form, or substance into another to transform. Webster accordingly. Mental transmutation means the art of changing and transforming mental state, forms, and condition into others. So you may see that the mental transmutation is the art of mental chemistry, if you like the term, a form of practical, mystic psychology. If the universe is mental in nature, then the mental transmutation must be by the art of changing the condition of the universe along the line of mental matter, force, and mind. So you see, therefore, the mental transmutation is real magic. All right, so we're gonna talk about the law of mentalism, right? Begin with the end in mind is based on the principle that all things are created twice. First in your mind, and second in the physical world, right? Now I'm trying to see. The truth is the universe is mental, held in the mind of the all. Now, sometimes I get confused when they keep saying this stuff, right? It's because it's ancient. I'm bringing ancient stuff. Breathe, breathe it out. Become me. Okay, so the teacher instructs the student to form a mental images. Crap, I just something mental images, oh crap, of something as person and idea, something having mental form. The favorite example being that of author or dramatic forming an idea of his character, or a painter or a sculptor forming an image, an idea that he wished to express by art. In each case, the student will find that while the images has existence, while solely within his own mind, yet he, the student, author, dramaticist, painter, or sculptor, is in sense in, intimate in remaining within or abiding within the mental images also. In other words, the entire virtual life spirit of reality in mental image is driven from the immanent mind of thinker. Here we go. So I write down that the story, so basically the law of mentalism is basically based upon the story that we have created, right? The perception that we have created our world, because our world is based upon images, thought patterns, and behavior. Because think about it, every time we imprint a belief in our subconscious, we create that in our world. It become the experience that we will have, and we attract the people, the circumstances into our life. And I start to see that in my own life, that when I when I focus in energy, if you will. So let's play this. I notice in my life, right? I tend to, when you have like a nerd and power within. So a lot of people don't know how to. So I'm gonna tell you, right? It is not what you know. It is what you do with what you know, right? It's about taking action, right? Everything that I have done up till now is all based upon using my mental uh images in my mind, and I created a power of. I have free will that I can choose. We all have free will, because I think the Bible talk about free will. I can't remember. It's been so long, but we have the free will to be able to focus an idea until it's achieved, right? But that idea does not have power, energy yet. It does not have focus. It does not have. It doesn't vibrate into form, physical form yet. So I remember I write all the goals down that I wanted to achieve, right? The goals, okay, what you want is just vague, right? Let's say you have vague in the cloud, whether you use an affirmation, goal card, or a system to brainwash you or reprogram your mind to restate it so you can form a power energy base to surround you, because the law of mentalism is based upon a mental images. That is the, because we think in pictures, we form that idea or dream, and we create it in our mind first, and then we'll create it in the world second. But most people forget we live in the 3D world, and in the, we have, they said we have the, we are, so we're men, so basically in the 3D world it's a lower vibration, right? While the spiritual world and the mental world is the higher vibration. So we're using our thought process or higher, so we're manifesting from a higher to a lower. So we're using our own energy and releasing our own energy, and it coming back into form. So because energy is flowing forever, moving into form and back into form. I have made this video. I have talked about the Ouroboros, right? The Hermetic teaching is the Ouroboros, the infinity, right? The snake eating itself. Think about it. The law of rhythm, the law of vibration, the law of cause and effect. It's always coming back. Day and night, rhythm, day and night, hot and cold, hot and cold. It's a rhythm back and forth. The law of polarity, right? The law of polarity. Because too many people, so most people come here for the law of attraction, right? And they always say thinking about positive, right? So that is the law of attraction is based upon the law of vibration. The law of vibration is the primary law, while the law of attraction is the secondary law. Let me explain. So the Hermetic teachings is based upon what we feed it to, what we feed our subconscious mind, right? Now it's very interesting that once we open the door of understanding our true self, that it opened the door of wisdom that we never find, and that is understanding how to tap in and to actually transmute our energy, right? Basically, we're alchemy. We're transmuting and creating, because these stories that we want to create in our life. Because okay, so let me explain how to create the life that you want, because you are the alchemist. You're not a victim. The outcome that you want, there's this place that you already know, and that is the uh, life that you do not want, but you keep creating that. Why? Because you have used your mental thoughts, your energy, and you give them focus and attention, and therefore you create that into your outer experiences, right? And that is what you experience. While if you use your mental images and focus your energy and uh, hold it with your will, you create a new experiences, right? Because too many, the reason why people go back to the bad experiences they're familiar with, they can't get out. But because the new experience they never experienced before, that's why you have to do that experience so you can be familiar with. For me, I never had the experience of uh, attracting people in my life, right? Or become a vortex for things, right? Now I have to be, I mean, not have to be, but now I am a vortex for good. Why? Because, when I was learning about the law of attraction, I was struggling so much because sometimes I focus on what I don't want and I focus that on my attention and I was struggling. But once I start focusing on what I want and going for what I want, then things become into my bubble, my personal bubble, and I have attracted. And that's the interview that I uh, have interview in this channel. And I was like, holy crap, that is amazing. But also, it's just not. So also, I think it's also had to do with the uh, limitation, the perception that we have. Because think about it. If people come into the law of attraction, people have all the limited belief system and limited knowledge and perception. What happens is they have a very limited story. So they're already creating a mental images in their life, and therefore they create our experience. But if they destroy the myths and the ideas and belief and create new ones and new ideas, new belief system, they create a new story. What happened is spiral out into the physical world and therefore they manifest, right? It's just like it's the cause of and effects of things. Your world is the reason why you created that life is based upon the story or the mental image that you tell yourself, and therefore you vibrate out into the universe and attract. You can cause things to happen for you if you understand that you must increase your vibration by increasing your awareness, and how you by doing that you increase your perception. How you see life is based upon how you use your perception. Your perception, if you have a very, you can increase your perception by not having more experience that you already know. By having different experiences, it increases your perception and vibration tenfold. Why? Because once you understand this feeling of uh, power, because too many people don't hold the idea with the will for too long. They don't stick to it. They fail. They haven't built, like, they want it now, right? It doesn't happen the way they wanted to. What happened? They disappointed. They give up. But if they stay in that vibration and the persistent and hold it with the will, things will take place, right? But people don't do that. Okay. The great third Hermetic principle, the principle of vibration, embodies the truth that motion is manifest in everything in the universe, that nothing is at rest. Everything moves, vibrates, and circles. Okay, I just had an image. Okay, I was uh holy crap. It says circle, right? After that, it just like my brain just connected with, how I said like the Ouroboros is everything. The Ouroboros is the strings of theory. The string theory, that when they go down to an atom and it go deeper, there's nothing but strings, but it's a circle of strings. That's Ouroboros. Everything in life is Ouroboros. Our energy is Ouroboros. The as above, so below is Ouroboros. Everything that we talk about is Ouroboros. The Hermetic teachings are are that not only is everything in constant movement and vibration, but that the difference between the various manifestation of universal power are due entirely to the rate and mode of vibration. Not only this, but that even the all in itself manifests a constant vibration of just a infinite degree of intensity and rapid motion that is very practical to consider as the rest. The teaching, directing the intention of the modern science has proven that all that we call matter and energy, but mode of vibrational motion, and some of the more advanced scientists are rapidly moving toward the precision of the occult, who hold the phenomena of the mind are likewise modes of vibration and motion. Let us see what science is saying regarding the question of vibration and matter and energy. In the first place, science teaches that all matter, in some degree, the vibration arising from temperature to heat, but an object cold or hot, but both being but degree of the same thing. It manifests certain heat, vibration in the sense, in the motion and vibration. Yes, polarity. I'm trying to think. Here we go. They teach that all manifestation of thought, emotion, will, or desire, or any mental state or condition are uh, accompanied by vibration and fortune, which are thrown off and which tend to affect the minds of other persons by induction. This is the principle which produced the phenomenon of telepathy, mental influence, and other forms of the action and power of the mind over mind, which the general public is rapidly becoming acquainted, owing to the wide dissemination of occult knowledge by the various school occult and teaching along these lines at this time. Every thought, emotion, or mental state has its corresponding rate and mode of vibration by an effort of will, a person and other person. These mental state may reproduce. By knowledge of principle of vibration applied to a mental phenomenon, one may paralyze his mind at any degree he wishes, thus gaining a perfect control over his mental state, moods, etc. In the same way, he may affect the mind of others, producing desired mental state in them. In short, he may be able to produce on the mental plane that which sounds produce on the physical plane, namely vibration at will. This power, of course, may be acquired by only the proper instruction, exercise, and practices. The science of being that of mental transmutation, one of the branches of the Hermetic arts. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Once we understand this, oh my God, it opened your mind. Ooh. Polarity. The law of polarity. Everything is dull. Everything has poles. Pole. Everything has its pairs of opposite, likes and unlike, the same. Opposites are identical in nature, but different degrees. Extreme means all truths are but half truths. All paradox may be reconsidered. The principle of polarity embodies the truth that all manifest things have two sides, two aspects, two poles, two, pairs of opposites, which manifest degrees between the extreme. Uh, everything is and everything isn't at the same time. Okay, I'm trying to. So the law of polarity, right? I'm trying to see the law of polarity. Here we go. The student who is familiar with the process by which is the school's of mental science produce change in the mental state of these following their teaching and may not readily understand the principle underlying many of these changes. When, however, the principle of polarity is once grasped, it seems that the mental changes are occur by changing of polarity. Each selling along the same scale, the matter is more readily understood. The change is not in the nature of transmutation of one thing into another thing entirely different, but is merely a change of degree in the same thing, vastly different importance, for instance, barring. Uh, in addition to changing the pole of our own mental state by operation of the art of paralyzation, the phenomena of mental influence on its manifold show us that the principle may be instant, so it embraced the phenomena of influence one mind over another, of which is so much has been written, taught of late years, when it understood that mental induction is possible. That is, the mental state may be produced by induction from another, then we can really see how a certain rate of vibration or polarization of a certain mental state may be communicated to another person, and polarity in the cast of mental state thus change. The law of rhythm. I'm trying to read. Oh yeah, and mental science bring his own mind up to the desired vibration by his trained will, and thus obtain the desired powers in his own case, then produce a similar state in other by induction. The result being that the vibration is raised and the person powers towards the positive end of the scale instead of towards the negative. His fear and the other negative emotion will transmit into courage, similar positive mental state. Rhythm. Everything flows out and in. Everything has its tide. All things rise and fall. The pendulum swing manifests in everything. The measure of swinging to the right and measure of swinging to the left. Right compensate. We'll talk about rhythm, and we'll talk about that later. And I will read this. The sixth Hermetic principle, the principle of cause and effect, embodies the truth that the law uh, pervade the universe, that nothing happened by chance, that chance is merely a term indicating cause exists by nothing recognized or perceived, that phenomenon is continuous, which break or exception. The principle of cause and effect underlies all scientific thought. Every cause has its effect, every effect has its cause. Everything happens according to law. Chance is nothing but a name for a law not recognized. There are many planes of causation, but nothing escapes the law. And then, last but not least, the law of gender. But we also, okay. The principle of gender embodied through that there's gender manifests in everything, that masculine and feminine principle are ever present and active in all phases of phenomena, on each and every plane of life. The word gender is derived from the Latin root meaning to beget, to procreate, to generate, to create, to produce. And then, reading this. The master of polarization, the master of fundamental principle of mental transmutation or mental alchemy. For unless one acquire the art of changing his own polarity, he will unable to affect his environment. So that's it. I will give you an understanding of how to use this, right? If you want to create change in your environment, you must become change, an ancient a agent of change within yourself. Because Jim Rohn says that if you would change, everything will change for you. Meaning, as you change within yourself, your thought patterns, your belief system, your perception, and you change that over time, you start to become somebody different, and you start to attract something different than before who you were in the past, because who you were in the past have attracted the people, the circumstance to your bubble, meaning that whatever knowledge, whatever you're interested in, whatever you focus on, you attract that into your life. Think about it. Look back in your life, and whatever you focus, whatever you were interested in, whatever your hobby, whatever what it was, you start to attract similar people into your life. I can give you an example. When I was in boarding school, I have attracted a group of friends who were into Yu-Gi-Oh. Isn't that funny? And who are into anime. Isn't that funny? We tend to attract who we are, right? See, that's very powerful. We tend to attract who we are. So the circumstances that you have created is because of who you are today. Now, if you want to create a different circumstances, you must become someone different, and you start to attract different level of players into your life to grow, make you grow. The understanding like the affirmations, goal cards, and a vision board. It's all mental techniques or um, techniques uh, to influence your subconscious mind to transmute the idea, because the idea is it's just an idea until it become a physical, become an energy, and it moves through your body, right? It's moving to through you, like I said, it's transmuting of energy. We're using the thought energy. We're transmuting our whole vibration, and in it we take that and we focus with our will, and we whatever we give attention to, it will bring into reality. That is the physical form appear. That's manifestation. And how we're by going is the law of mentalism by creating mental image what we want to create in our life, who we want to attract. We create that mental image and we use that because um as we change our vibration, as we learn how to change our mind to positive, because there's positive and negative. We're using the law of polarity, right? We get to choose positive instead of negative. As we change to positive, we're using law of polarity to change the mental vibration, and we change to positive. And therefore, as we understand how to use our vibration is the cause, and we're sending out the vibration. And by focusing with our will and sticking to that idea until it becomes manifested, bam, into our life. Now, here's the thing. I can tell you all this, but if you have fear in your life, you must have the courage to move forward toward that fear. I know that people don't like the word fear, right? But have the courage to do what is necessary. You must do the things that others won't do to have the things that others won't have. I mean, there's a lot of people want to do many things, but they don't have the courage to do it, right? If you if you come into this with an open awareness that, for instance, knowledge, it's just an energy, an idea, but it can transform into uh, a belief system, and that belief system become your vibration, and that belief system created the outer world that you have created now. If you want to change, so you must destroy the belief system that you have. So all the seven Hermetic principle from the law of mentalism, law of cause and effect, the law of correspondence, the law of rhythm, the law of it's going back and forth, right? Uh, as you send out vibration, it's rhythm, right? Law of vibration, attraction is going back and forth, right? Action and reaction, right? For every cause, there's an effect. For every action, there's a reaction, right? Rhythm, right? Day and night, night and day. It's a rhythm. So it's the Ouroboros is coming back. When you transfer energy, it's moving to you, from you to the universe, and coming back to form through people, idea, right, or book, or whatever how you use it. But also, you have to understand how to become aware within these. You cannot master these laws. These laws are within you. What you must master is yourself. And how you by mastering yourself is to increase your perception, your knowledge. Now, I know that people say knowledge is limited. I understand that. But you know what? I choose to say it because I have the knowledge of psychology, of understanding people. I mean, I don't think it's enough to be able to know the the seven hermetic principle, right? Because we live in the world, that 3D world, and we deal with people all the time, and we talk to them, but yet we don't communicate with them. So there is an understanding of knowledge. I know that people don't like it. Uh, I know that people really don't like the word knowledge or like to have knowledge. But in anything in life, if you want to obtain this goal, you must grow into that goal, right? You must become that goal. You must be into a track, right? And you must, in order to reach that goal, you must do R&D, research and development or study to reach your higher level. Because in any endeavor of life, you must be able to become one with the universe. See, most people don't understand the higher self. What does the higher self want for you, right? Happiness, growth, progress. We weren't meant to live the life that society want for us, people want for us. We live according to our rules and terms, right? We have this power within us, but we choose to use it or not, and use it to create the life that you're going to choose based upon your idea of how your life want to be. Now, all these affirmation that we use on can be useless, just like the same thing as knowledge. Like everything can become useless. Knowledge, imagination, books, everything, unless it's applied and it becomes power. You have to use because once you start using the law of mentalism, everything start to work as a whole simultaneously. I remember Brian Tracy said all these laws will work in simultaneously together. You don't even have to think about it, like because too many people think about it. But all you do is create a mental image, use affirmation, go card to repeat it to yourself, and then transform that energy continuously and focus the power, and then it will bring you the manifestation in physical form. But if you do not get what you want, do not, well, you can feel upset, you can be angry, but not too angry, but understand that bring back your mind and focus it again and find a creative way to get where you want to go, because when there's a will there's a way. Do not give up on hope. Do not give on. There's light at the end of the tunnel, and there's amazing, amazing thing that you can do with your life. I seen it with my own eyes. I cannot believe what am I seeing sometimes. Like holy crap! Like I'm most of the time I'm dreaming, man. Most of the time I think I'm dreaming. Like I get to meet the person who I admire. I was so happy when I did an interview him. It's like, oh yes, God, this is too good to be true. And I was so happy inside, and I filled with joy. And I'm thankful for the interview that they did, so it can solve other people's problem, right? But anyway, I like this video. If you like it, subscribe to my channel, like my video, and I hope that I give you. Well, it's 7, but no, law of correspondence easy for me, but is the law of correspondence is based upon the story that you tell, because the story that you tell is within you, and so it will be without. So as above so below, so it transmute, right? The story that you tell, it form in your mind is as above, and it as a below, so your subconscious express through you your physical action, and it create the reality that you live. Now, most people try to change their circumstances, change the event, change the thing, but it doesn't work. They have that power within them to change within themselves, meaning to change and grow their brains. Okay, I said grow their brains. I mean to create new neurons, to create new brain cells, to create new awareness, to create a lot of things that's wrong in this world that we gotta fix, right? We gotta change a lot of things. All right. Well, I'll see you next time. Bye bye.